I was 20 years old. I was out in Suffolk County, Long Island, which is, out east. And I had a little place out there called Sonny's Pizza. I was in the pizza business way back then. I had taken over a place from somebody and I named it after my dad. I love my dad, right? And I'm sitting in a bar next door to the pizza place. And I'm sitting with a couple of guys. I didn't really know him. One of the guys had seen him, once or twice before he came into the bar. And I didn't drink at that time, but I was sitting. We were just talking back and forth. And all of a sudden, the guy starts talking, and he tells me, "Yeah, you got to see this girlfriend I got, man. She's a tough woman," and starts talking like that. And I said, "Well, what do you mean, tough?" And he said, "Well, she was involved with gangsters." And I said, "Really?" "Yeah." And he didn't know who I was, by the way. So I said, "What kind of gangsters?" He said, "Well, there was this big bank robbery case, and some mob guy got convicted of it, and her husband was one of the witnesses against the mob guy, and she was there," and he starts talking like that. This is sounding very familiar. My father was convicted of masterminding a nationwide string of bank robberies. So I said to him, "Well, what was the guy's name, the mob guy?" And he goes, "I think it was Sonny Franzese." He didn't even know how to pronounce the name, something like that. He said it was Sonny. So I said, "Wow, okay." So I'm listening, right? Coincidence, strict coincidence. And when we finished the conversation, I said, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" And I brought him in the back of the, in a room in the back. And I said, "Listen, I got to meet this woman." I said, "What's her name?" He said, "Rusty," they called her. I said, "Well, I got to meet her." Because her real name was Eleanor Cordero. And her husband, John Cordero, was the major witness against my father. Drug addict, junkie, bank robber, the whole bit. So he says, "Oh, no, you don't understand. This woman, she'll kill me. If anything, and she knows that I was talking, she's going to kill me." And I'll be honest with you, I was carrying at that point in time, and I took out a piece and I said, "Well, it's either her or me."